Grass Knot, honestly. I think we do want Grass Knot, because, well, you know, Ting Lu, right? But I mean, it also hits random stuff like treads. It hits treads really hard. I guess, well, it's pretty much just for Lu, isn't it? Maybe we rethink that then. People saying I forgot. Hold up. Did it seriously just go live? Okay, hopefully we're live now. This is insane. All right, are we started? All right. God, what is this? What is going on, dude? Okay, all right. So I've now just realized that it said it was going live and it said it went live and then didn't go live. So I've been talking to nobody for about 5 minutes. I actually started the stream early today, if you can believe it. So yeah, I've just been talking to absolutely nobody for the last 5 minutes. So let me repeat literally everything I was saying. Let me repeat everything I was saying. Okay. Oh my god, I can't believe all that got wiped. Okay, so 2 sets on this Pokemon that I think have viability, really. Choice Specs, Choice Scarf, and Power Herb Meteor Beam. I think Power Herb Meteor Beam is probably the best one. It's going to be on a Hyper Offense. The idea here is, you know, the idea here is that it's going to help us with special spam. So, as far as what this does for the team, absorbs toxic spikes and destroys birds, which is really nice, and contributes to special spam. And guy says, bro, it goes live after delay. No, it doesn't, bro. I'm fully aware of how this works. I waited the delay, clicked go live, and then it said, you're going live, process, then said you're live, and then I started talking, and then I look back 5 minutes later when I have like a 30-second delay and see that it's not live. So no, I'm fully aware of how delays work. That is not why this happened. I'm sorry, maybe that was an over response. It's been a rough day, to be honest, guys. It's been a rough day, but I'm ready to have some fun and play some Pokemon. And I'm gonna try to, you know, leave the day behind me and just play some Mons and have a good time. So anyway, that aside, let's talk about some potential moves. So Sludge Wave or Sludge Bomb is Meteor Beam is obviously a no-brainer. It's a 120 base power special attack that also boosts your special attack. It's Stab on Nihilego. It's incredibly powerful, and you get a speed boost if you kill something with it as well, thanks to Beast Boost. So this allows Nihilego to be a very, very scary sweeper, and you know it's just really strong. Not much to say there. Next. And I talked a bit about Sludge Wave and Sludge Bomb. Do you want the 5 more base power, but you lose 20% chance to be poisoned? So that's kind of, normally I'm a huge fan of Sludge Bomb, especially on Scarf and Spec sets. So have I ever had a good day? Yes, I have definitely had good days, just not today. Solemn, no, that's my bad. I'm lashing out, just because I'm grumpy. So I forgive my overreaction to the question. But yeah, it was kind of, I was like, are you? Because I always check. Do we make like double, triple check to make sure it goes live? And then this time I was like, it always does. I should not. I'm not gonna have to check. And I should have. But anyway, it's fine. So Grass Knot for hitting Ting Lu. Power Gem is another really likely option because that allows you to, actually have Rock Stab. Rock Stab is really good, and you don't want to rely on a 2-turn charge up once you've used it once. So that is pretty significant. So that's one thing. And then another thing is Toxic Spikes. Yeah, so Toxic Spikes. Toxic Spikes, you can throw it on a Nihilego and it works pretty well. So these are kind of the moves. Oh, and then Hidden Power Fire. I should put that above T-Spikes because I'm probably considering that more. Hidden Power Fire, yeah. So how much is Grass Knot doing to a Ting Lu? Because if it's doing 0, then like, what's the point? Okay, that's actually not bad. Because +1, you're doing a hefty chunk there. So anyway, the type of team I was thinking here, team archetype, special spam hyper offense seemed like a pretty cool idea here. So the idea, I'm thinking maybe Veil. Wait, did I forget to turn off? Okay, just block PMs. So yeah, I'm thinking hyper offense and probably light screen, reflect. Maybe like a Grim Snarl, I guess. See, it's always weird running screens in Nat decks because it doesn't feel like there really are that many good setters. So it's sort of awkward. Nihilego is my favorite Ultra Beast, yes. Maybe Zerk. Actually, maybe Xurkitree. I love Ultra Beasts. Yeah, I really love them. So it's tough. But Nihilego is definitely one of my favorites. Did I say HP Ground? No, I wrote HP Fire. Oh, HP Ground is actually not that bad either. It does hit a lot of the same things as Fire, like Goldengo, King Gambit. Hits Heatran harder, but generally, no, HP Fire is going to be better. Allows us to get past Pharaoh, which is huge. And also Scizor, because I was considering running... I feel like this is probably the set I want to start with. Feels like the strongest and kind of just take the L against Ting Lu. But yeah, one crucial component of this team that I've been wanting to give a try to a while is actually Terrain Extender Lele. I feel like I see this a lot, and I think one of the main mistakes people have when doing Extender Lele is that they always put it on Psy Spam. It's like a bunch of expanding force Pokemon. And I'm not saying I'll run 0. Like, I'm not opposed to throwing on an expanding force Pokemon. Might be good. But I feel like people do it too much. And someone else says Power Gem, Sludge, Grass Knot was the favorite set. Oh, but they had a Magnezone to take care of Steel. So yeah, that's the thing. I definitely don't want to run a Magnezone. If I had a Magnezone, I'd absolutely drop Hidden Power Fire in a heartbeat. So yeah, but I feel like we can't just get away with, not hitting King Gambit with anything. But yeah, I wanted to run a Lele because I feel like it helps a lot with the priority issue that these teams typically have. So with that, there would absolutely be a Volcarona. And, because obviously special spam HO, like if you're not running a Volcarona, what are you? What are you doing? It's ridiculous. You absolutely should be. So, yeah, that gives us a start. I was considering actually like just Mega Charizard Y. Even on screens, I mean, it's like just such a strong breaker, and it gives both of these guys boosts with Hidden Power Fire, and Fiery Dance respectively. Pretty cool. So, I mean, it is HO. Maybe I can just start throwing things on and, kind of see what happens. The problem with this is we end up like with desperate need of the best hazard control money can buy, which is not ideal. So maybe we don't go Charizard because I really don't I want to run Buginium Z on Volcarona. That was one of my wishes when doing this. Nihilego does not get Earth Power. It would love to have Earth Power, but sadly just doesn't get it. Yeah, so the reason Ninetales isn't the obvious option, because in OU it's like you put on a Ninetales and then you go about your day, right? The reason that's not super popular in Nat decks is just because there are... Geez, I'm out of it. It's not super popular in Nat decks because there's weather everywhere. The Tyranitar is huge, Charizard is huge, I think that's pretty much it, but that's 2 huge weather setters. Rain is actually a real archetype. So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to try Lele with like a special offense sort of team. And we're going to probably go with... what might be cool is Iron Valiant here with Calm Mind and Expanding Force. That could be pretty interesting here. Thank you very much, something or other, with the $20 donation. I support the exclusive use of hat-based Pokemon. Well, it's good to know I've got your approval there. This seems like a pretty interesting set to me. This Iron Valiant. Whoops, what am I doing? Booster speed. I feel like this kind of fits on the team sort of well. And this, what do we go with? Hidden Power, Fire. I kind of want to run an HP Fire on this too, because I already see Scizor being kind of an issue for this team. Moonblast, Psyshock feel like no-brainers on any good Lele set. And someone said, would you consider... Whoa, okay. Wow, we've got something or other with another $20 donation. Thank you very much. Whoa, 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 let's not be hasty in our removal of Charizard from the team. The least you can do is apologize to the little guy. This little guy runs the tier. But sure, I'm sorry, Charizard, that I got your hopes up. Sorry that I got your hopes up by adding you to the team. I don't think you're the right direction here. Goodbye. So, okay, I feel like we probably want a Great Tusk for the sake of removal. Maybe a Treads. Maybe no, but we're pretty good on Fairy Resist. Like, we don't have a Steel, but I feel like we're pretty good on what usually you want Steels for. Oh, what makes Rain viable in Ninetales but not SVOU? I mean, just way stronger abuse. Like, you've got a Mega Swampert, for example. Like, look at the Swift Swim Pokemon in this tier. I mean, actually, that's not very good. But no, you've got Archaludon and Megapert. I think that's pretty much just it. Archaludon is very much legal. But yeah, I mean, I guess you also have all the Swift Swim Pokemon, but we have Scuda, so that's pretty much all you need. But Archaludon is a big factor with Rain. But yeah, thank you very much, something or other. That's very generous. Insane donations, this guy. He's just funding the world. Do you know poison types exist? Yeah. Did I like misspeak or just say Nihilego wasn't a poison type or something? I'm confused as to what the joke is. No, so we're not 6-0'd by Kartana. That's kind of a weird... No, we're definitely not. But, I wonder what Mega would suit this. I kind of want to go Diancie for just, like, hazard control. Does Diancie get Expanding Force? No, it doesn't. I mean, it's still pretty cool with... I added I added Volcarona because it can chip Ting-Lu and, you know, a ton of special walls. That's why I added it. Probably, yeah, booster speed. I mean, am I forgetting anything crucial here? I don't know if I'm in the mood to try hard build today. Maybe I just, like, throw this and throw it and, like, let's see what happens. I mean, HO is HO, right? At the end of the day. No Psychic Resist is not good, though. I mean, we have Lele, but, like, the Psychic situation is pretty dire here. So that's not good. What's a Dark? Actually, can we just go Treads? Can we just do that? Maybe that's fine. Someone asked what I consider a spec set. So, yeah, I did think about specs. And someone, Water Pawn curb stomps me. You're absolutely right, it does. Let's fix that. Maybe we just don't run a Mega on this. That's a potential option too. I'm not running Mega Absol. You'd actually have to kill me before, like, you'd have to put a gun to my head for me to use Mega Absol again. It's traumatic stuff. I feel like Screens plus Psychic Terrain is a bit overkill, so I don't think we go that route, by the way. Is there any Mega that really deals with Water Pawn? I mean, I'm not going to run a Beedrill. That just seems like not the move at all. Yeah, we have no water resist and a ton of weaknesses. Yeah, you're very right. I am, this is not my finest building moment, for sure. Man, I almost wish I could run a Laddie, but then they don't get the Psychic Terrain boost, which kind of blows. Does Latios get Expanding Force? It doesn't. That's kind of sad. Because I think Expanding Force... No, it is based on the grounded Pokemon as well, I think. Kartana could be interesting, actually, yeah. You know, a speed boosting set might not be bad. No, but I kind of want to keep with the special spam concept here. I kind of want to keep with that. Latios also isn't really a Wellspring answer. I think we might just have to restructure a little bit. I do like these three. I feel like these three are really cool and kind of do a lot of what I want. So I'd like to keep them, but maybe it's just not feasible. Can we support these four? Is the question really at hand. Can we support these four? We could run a Cinderace. That's an option. Of course, it adds another, weakness to water, but that does give us a court changer. Usually not very good on hyper offense, though. Yeah, Megapert Rain explodes this team. Very true. Megapert Rain is absolutely the end here, and that we don't want that. We don't want that at all. Maybe we enlist the help of our own Ogerpon. Maybe that's a possible solution here. Yeah, Blissey I'm not as worried about. We have Psyshock. I mean, how much is... Well, Iron Valiant or Sphere, that's not doing very much, is it? Maybe we run Psyshock on Iron Valiant instead of Expanding Force. It's a shame because that's going to be so much weaker against most things, but it might be good for those matchups. We could also just run 4 attacks. Expanding Force, like CC knockoff. These are not bad either. I feel like I've used, this was similar to a set I've used before. See, yeah, I've seen a few people saying Mega Venusaur, but like, does that fit on HO? I don't think so. Like maybe an offensive Mega Venusaur set, but I don't really think that's going to actually help us. Yeah, so the problem is if you don't have priority, you're kind of going to get destroyed, but we're running a Psychic Terrain team. Maybe Psychic Terrain just isn't the approach. It could be it's just too cheesy and we need to have a bunch of priority, because how else do you deal with all the broken stuff in this tier? You need it. I feel like a lot of the time you just need priority badly. But let's think. Maybe there's a way here. Let's say we put on a Wellspring. Where does that take us? Banded Grass Pond. You can't Terra in this tier, so that's not really going to work. Also, guys, remember to like the stream. Let's do that thing. Yeah, the Psy spam is... Oh, you know what actually could help a lot is a Hawlucha. These things destroy rain teams. This could be the move. This could be what we needed. Yeah, Lucha is really good against weather in general. So that could be the move. This team is way too weak to Raging Bolt, though. We need a ground type, but then the problem is if you have a ground type, you're weak to water again. So this might be unsupportable. I think Lucha is kind of, in a way, what we needed, but... I mean, maybe we're okay against Raging Bolt because of the Psychic Terrain, though. Maybe that makes it all right. See, Dragon... I don't really want to run Dragonite, because then we end up with... Let's try this. Let's just try to go SDCC Encore Acrobatics. Let's give it a go. What is the fastest thing in this tier? It's like a booster speed Ival, or like a Scarf Meowscarada, I think, right? I feel like I remember the speed to outspeed everything being like 288. So we'll go with that. I don't want to find the exact... It's about there. And we'll go max HP. And... let's go Ivy Cudgel. Play Rough, I think, is fine here. And do we want to go Horn Leech? Let's just go Power Whip. Let's just go for immediate power. This feels like it has, but then we're kind of we're left without removal, which is terrible. I forgot about that. These might just not be supportable. These might just not be supportable at all. Our Wellspring matchup is just truly like it's really that bad. What is the most droppable Pokemon? I feel like it's Iron Valiant, much as I hate to say that. I really want to try this Ival, but I feel like this is the Pokemon we have to let go of. Let's go Treads. Like Rapid Spin, EP, Steel Beam, SR, Booster Speed feels like the move today. And I feel like max HP on these is usually best. Yeah, I mean this might go terribly, but I feel like this at least gets us to a thing that we can test without having like a very obvious weakness. Bug Buzz and Substitute. You guys know I love this set. 310. Well, hold on. Maybe we want to outspeed. Because does anything run Scarf that's not like, I guess Booster Speed Crown, so we can hit 325 for that. And we can put a tiny little bit in HP. Not going to do much, but it's something. I was outspeeding Excadrill and Sand. Actually, that's kind of a good point. Let's well, okay, how often does Rain run Barraskewda? Let's check this. Pelipper. So let's see. Pelipper is run with Barraskewda 20% of the time. I mean, because if we face, well, I guess we got Wellspring, so we're not entirely cooked against Rain. Hawlucha does get Defog, so we could do it. Someone says also first non-Rain stream in 4 streams. Let's go. What? What are you talking about? Looking at my live playlist right now to see if that's real. Have I really done that many Rains in a row? No, you're actually tripping. I mean, it was Frostmoth, and then there was Clamperl and Braviary. So that's it. If you count Natdex, I only did 1. If you count Natdex and OU, I only had 2 in a row. So I think you're losing it, buddy. That's what I'm telling you. Okay. But yeah, this looks workable. This looks workable. Water Absorb, yeah, Unburden. Yeah, is there any like super common Swift Swimmer we want to take into account? Kingdra? I guess Kingdra, what's that? 295, I'm pretty sure. Kingdra. If it goes Timid. Yeah, 295. So okay, we'll go 296. We'll go 296, and then I think that ought to be enough. Okay, yeah, we got that cheesy set there. Okay. What else do we do with this? We could just throw on Calm Mind to help destroy fat teams. I honestly don't hate that idea. Yeah, why not? Let's throw on Calm Mind. Make it more immediately threatening so you can't just kind of sit on it and stall out terrain. That seems fine. And we'll go with this. Yeah, I don't know how good this is going to be, but this gives us a starting point. And let's just see. This also kind of just gives us a base to see if Nihilego is really worth it. You know, is it good enough to use? All right. Yeah, this looks... okay, we got someone that's excited. Thank you for the support. We got a fan. That's nice. So... Nope. Just streaming. If they want to snipe me, hopefully they don't. But we gotta... I did just admit I'm streaming. Maybe not the smartest move, but I did it anyway. Okay. I feel like I just want to lead Lele. That seems pretty good here. High stream. Yeah, most common swimmer is Mega Swampert, but that's not nearly as fast. Swampert, I don't believe so. Yeah, 70 base speed, we're outspeeding that, no problem. Okay, I figured it would be the Tornadus, because that's like Everyone leads with Tornadoes. But okay, let's just Psyshock this thing. We're not dying. Okay, awesome. That's really good to get damage off on Torn. I don't think you just stay in and let this die here. I'm going to Moonblast to cover the Aatrot in gold. Okay, we get the Aatrot. Beautiful. That is a beautiful one-hit KO. And this guy is 16... What are we at? We're at 1737, so we're actually at a respectable elo thanks to Clamperl, funny enough. So that's pretty nice. We can probably just go Treads on this. I mean, yeah, okay, great. Let's get up rocks. This looks good. We don't necessarily want to lose Treads. Yeah, all right, interesting. Pharaoh's going to come right in. I'm really tempted to just go Volcarona. I feel like we do it. If we get T-Waved, you know, we get T-Waved, but what are you going to do, right? And we see that confirmation that is Boots. We get confirmation that is Boots. So here's the crazy thing. I'm pretty sure at +1 here, if I go for Bug Z, yeah, we would definitely kill this thing. I could Quiver Dance here and do the thing. Do we want to? Yes, let's do it. Please don't get the speed drop. Okay, thank God we didn't get speed dropped. Yeah, we can just Savage Spin out here, and this will kill. I mean, unless did I miscalc something? Hold up, what? Okay, I guess I must have miscalced something. But let's go Nihilego, and we can do the Meteor Beam thing now. That's at least pretty good. Okay, we hit, beautiful, and now we can Hidden Power Fire. And this will definitely kill based on that calc. I guess I was calcing offensive, probably. So, oh well. That's my bad. Lando's going to come in. This is kind of why I like having Power Gem. Does gold make it rain? Kill Nihilego? That's actually wild. Max special attack isn't likely to one-shot Nihilego. What a hero. We could preserve Nihilego. We could do that. Is that worth it? Is a great question. I'm inclined to say no. I'm inclined to say no. But what do we do? I mean, because this thing's going to just go for an Earthquake, right? For sure. I think we can win this game with Lele. I think sacking Nihilego is the right move here. So let's just Power Gem. And that is definitely Choice Scarf by the way that's playing. So I kind of want to go Lele here and then get in Lucha and take that angle. That seems pretty good. We could just go... Yeah, I think honestly that's pretty good here. Because we can kind of muscle past Goldengo that way, which would be huge for the end game. This Landorus is... Well, actually, it's not dead. It's not necessarily dead, because there is Tornadus with that. But let's SD here. Goldengo is going to come in, and it is going to tank hits like nobody's business, because it's defensive T-Wave. But we should be able to survive... we should be able to two-shot, and unless we get critical hit several times, we should be good. Cool. We did... Okay, we immediately get critical hit. Not good. Not good at all. Oh, I'm Flame Body. That's why I didn't kill. Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, saying thank you something or other for donating to make that clear to me. I appreciate it. Okay, so that's obviously really bad, right? That, and based on that damage, that is, yeah, that's bad. All good, though. You can't control RNG. I feel like we're in a weirdly good position to potentially win with Treads, though. The problem is they might not know we only have Steel Beam, so I think we still should win here, but let's think about this. Yeah, Piff, the flame body miss, that was like, I was super confused there, so that was my bad there on that flame body. Like the stream for me forgetting flame body. What was I gonna do here? I think the plans just go Treads. Right, I wanted to calc with that Lucha damage. So we did at plus... Okay, oh no, that's... So we did at +4. Excuse me, +4, we did about that. So, that is... Yeah, this is basically a super defensive gold, so we're absolutely not killing with Ivy Cudgel. I don't think we're killing with Lele HP Fire. Yeah, not close. So we do have to go Treads here, and I do think we just throw off an Earth Power, which actually does not kill, which is pretty bleak. Well, actually, no. It's probably has no Spadef. Okay, they're just going to sack Landorus. That's actually epic, because I was worried about that coming in later with Defog shenanigans, so I'm really happy to see that. But yeah, thank you something or other for putting in some cash to remind me that I've forgotten crucial information. That's truly a generous donation. Okay, cool. So we're going to survive that. We're going to survive that. That's awesome. Problem is, like, I actually still don't know if we can just beat a Goldengo. I don't know if we can. I feel like we go hard Lele and we have to, like, Calm Mind. Okay, going into gold. All right. Oh, this is so rough. What do we do? I feel like I go hard treads on this. I don't know, guys. I think we're cooked. Okay, they let the gold. Yeah, we just don't. We don't. Oh, we're SD. I'm being so dumb. For some reason I thought I wasn't running Swords Dance on this thing. Okay, let's SD. And we're gonna get T-Wade, but as long as we don't get critical hit by this or paralyzed, we should be good. Ogerpon. There you go, buddy. Now we might die to 2 Bleak Winds, but I think Lele's got this. Oh no, it's pretty likely to 2-hit KO, so we'll see. We'll see. And actually, wait, does Calm Mind into Psyshock do it, though? Because that would be another good angle. It's likely to kill, so let's do that, yeah. And it can't Z, because it's boots. Okay, we should kill here with a Psyshock, unless it's more defensive than we thought and we get a bad roll. So we should be good here. This was definitely not a super clean game by me, but we got the win. Oh, and yeah, feel free to send me your team on Discord. Discord tag is just pink across. So I don't do Natdex team fixing videos yet. Check channel. Yeah, DMs. I prefer when people DM me their teams as opposed to just... what was I going to say? Yeah, I prefer when people DM me their teams as opposed to just like putting it into Discord or something, because I can never find Discord messages. Like sometimes people ping me in Discord, and by the time I have to, like, I'm able to go check it, it's been years, you know, so... but yeah, okay, that would have been a lot less close if I remembered I put Swords Dance on Ogerpon and put Swarm on Volcarona. So thank you guys for that. What do you think of Wogerpon's Suspect? I honestly don't really have strong opinions on the Wogerpon Suspect. Like, on one hand, it would make Mola a lot better to ban it, which would be great for balance, and balance in Natdex is not in, like, a terrible state. But I mean, I really like balance. I think it's the most diverse archetype. So I'd say if you can make balance better, that's probably good for the meta. So I feel like probably banning Wellspring would be good for the meta, but at the same time, it doesn't seem that bad. Like, you got Mega Scizor running around, you've got Archaludon on Rain, you've got Ferrothorn, you've got, like, now, you've got Sun kind of common, defensive gold with Z moves is really good, so its knockoff isn't as effective as a tool. I mean, Ivy Cudgel's still a dumb move, but it feels like not that broken in Natdex. Like, so me personally, I'd be happy to see it banned, but like I don't fully understand why it was suspected in the first place, to be totally real with you. Okay. So Destiny Bond is not stopped by Psychic Terrain, which is an important factor to consider here. It's an important factor here. I'd like to just sacrifice something to deal with it. This team is so annoying. I faced it a few times at this point. It irritates me every time, but we're just gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. The Registeel I can handle as long as I don't let it get out of control, because I have Lucha. But it's a real threat, that Registeel. It is a very real threat. I think I want to start with Nihilego and just Sludge Wave a Serp, because they always lead Serp. So that feels pretty good. I could Meteor Beam into Hidden Power Fire to try to hit the Registeel, but I don't think that's going to go over very well. So, because, yeah, I just don't think it'll do enough. Yeah, let's just Sludge Wave. Okay, they're going to Light Screen, fine. I'll Sludge Wave again. This game is a point in favor of Sludge Bomb, though. Let it be noted. I might get glared here. I could go Ogre Pawn. I feel like they'd probably just go for the Reflect, though. Yeah, this is definitely a point in favor of Sludge Bomb. I'm just going to Sludge Bomb again. I don't... Actually, this thing has T-Wave. Let's go Treads and get up rocks. Banette? Okay, fine. So this is actually really great because of booster energy, it can't hit me with Poltergeist, which is pretty cool. So we're going to get up rocks here with very little resistance. And burn also fine because, of course, we have we're special. We're a special guy. Special Treads. So I don't want to Steel Beam here because this Serp has Defog. What I do like the idea of is going Ogre Pawn here. And we can click Ivy Cudgel. Actually, no, this thing can't... for some reason, I was thinking this is immune to Para. It absolutely can just get glared. But anyway, now let's go Treads on the... Well, no, you don't have... Yeah, you're not Glare Last. Yeah, you're Leaf Storm Last. What am I saying? There's no way this is Glare Last. So... I guess let's just go Volcarona. You can do that. And we can Fiery Dance here, which kind of puts our opponent in a position. Well, actually, before we do that, can we check, can we kill no, we absolutely cannot kill that with a Buginium. Not even with a Buginium. But okay, Serp screens are done forever. That's huge. That's huge. Good to have that in the back. So that screens being done and defog being done, those are both amazing things for us. Unfortunately, in comes the Entei. I'm going to go Nihilego immediately. Okay. Obviously not great, but it might not have Stomping. It might not actually be able to hit me. So let's just Power Gem and see. But I think there's a good shot this Entei actually can't touch me. And either way, worst case scenario, we break the sub. But let's see. Calm Mind. Okay, that's awesome. Let's Meteor Beam right away. Okay. Obviously not what you want to see, but at least we still get the boost. So that's kind of fine. I don't want to let this thing get paralyzed. I'm going to go immediately into Treads, and let's get up hazards. That's the plan. Because I think it's like Trick, Lunar Dance, Thunder Wave. It's got a bunch of BS that we just don't want to deal with. But yeah, having Ogre Pawn is huge here. The Suicune is just a Scald set. I've faced it before. It is just a Scald set. Okay, like, cool Registeel, but let's set up rocks immediately, and I'm going to go Lucha on this. Okay, and let's Encore right off. Let's immediately get that out. I'm not dealing with those shenanigans. And there's no way my opponent can remove, so I feel totally comfortable going Treads on this. Just to sponge up the Poltergeist, which is the most likely play here. Okay, totally fine that they're going to go that angle. And let's just go Lucha again. I mean, I can do this. I can do this all day. Let's Acrobatics here. Let's just throw one out for some damage. Because, yeah, I figured a switch was coming there. Wasn't exactly a hard problem to solve, that one. Kind of want to go Lele. Because Lele's just not that helpful here. I actually don't mind Lele having a Choice Scarf at all. And I feel like the trick is coming. If not now, then soon. But I think the trick is coming. Okay, that's totally fine. Let's go immediate Ogre Pawn. You can't touch this. Let's Swords Dance. Okay, Banette came in. Fair enough. Well played. Well played, yeah. Can we go Nihilego? We can. We can go Nihilego. Yeah. And let's Power Gem here. This won't kill. The Pokemon we are okay with dying is Treads. Absolutely. Registeel is going to come in. Fine. Let's go Lucha here. We can get rid of that Psychic Seed, which is honestly nothing but a burden. And let's Acro. Are we going to get the kill? We just get the kill. Beautiful. That's obviously nice. We don't mess with this. We instantly go to Ogre Pawn. Okay, Registeel is going to come in. Sure, let's go Lucha. Instantly. Yeah, let's Encore. I do not ever want to deal with these shenanigans. Actually, should we go Volk here? Sure, let's go Volcarona. Yeah, let's go Volcarona. And let's Fiery Dance. Oh, awesome, we kill Cress. So no more Lunar Dance, no Lunar Dance BS, that's awesome. That's awesome stuff. I don't know why you keep inviting in my Ogerpon, but I'm more than happy to accept. Let's click Ivy Cudgel, like, cool. I don't know. We have a really good matchup into this poor guy, don't we? Let's just throw off a CC. Okay, we click an Ivy Cudgel. Let's go Lucha. And let's CC. Let's CC. Okay. And let's just close combat again. That's an Amnesia, not an Iron Defense, so we don't have to worry about not killing even on the lowest roll ever. All right, that was fun to 6-0 that team, because that particular team and player have been a bit of an irritant in the past. Guys, please do like the stream. And we're getting sniped by Trishula. Or not sniped, but, you know, we're getting... Trishula knows the team and pulled up with this, so now we have to face this. All right, I gotta say, it doesn't really look like we've been counter-teamed. Maybe we have, but it doesn't really look like it. This team actually doesn't look like that bad of a matchup for us, so... I swear I'm practicing for Attorney. I believe you. I believe you. Trishula is a long-time viewer. Bit of a scrub, but I like him a little bit. No, we have a back and forth of hating on each other, but Trishula is definitely... Excuse me, definitely not sniping. I trust that they would not do that. So that's not a concern. I want to start off with Lele, because it looks really good into almost everything, and it sets Psychic Terrain, which is nice. So this could be Heavy Slam. This could just pull off, this could just immediately, you know, go and click Heavy Slam on me, which is obviously would not be great. And given the fact that it was led with, I feel like there's a pretty decent shot of that. So I actually think I want to start with Treads. Okay, Light Screen, all right. We see the good to know that that's kind of what we're dealing with here. I'm going to go for Stealth Rock, and we see Reflect, so we don't get hit with a body press or anything, which is cool. I'm actually not super worried about this, because most setup we can just Encore with Hawlucha. I will go Lele here on the likely fighting move. Cool. And I'm inclined to go for the Calm Mind here. Yeah, because I figured Volcarona was coming in, and we can actually beat this if we Calm Mind up. So I'm going to Calm Mind again, and now we're going to Psyshock. Cool. We're going to keep that up. Okay, Giga Drain. That's actually... Okay, we critical hit, so that was pretty lucky, but... Actually, no, based on that roll, that didn't matter there. The Volcarona wasn't... I mean, it wouldn't have been killing next turn, unless it was maybe Swarm, which if it was Swarm, I'm sorry, that blows. I'm inclined to go Lucha here. Well, here, okay, so here's the thing, though. No, Lucha makes so much sense here, though. It really does. Yeah, Lucha makes just way too much sense to not go into it here. With, well, no. Trishula might know that, but I'm okay with that. Oh, they didn't know that. They just, okay. Well, I'm going to Encore. Yeah, so the reason I Encored there... Okay, interest. So let's see. If this is an offensive Goldengo, Acro is two-shotting, so I think we do assume it's offensive. It is offensive, and it doesn't have anything to hit us, which is beautiful. Yeah, so the reason I Encored there... I've seen Trishula play a lot, and they generally go for pretty wild plays when they're in disadvantage, which is fair. That's kind of how you want to play. But, yeah, and they're just not going to have anything for this. That's not great. Does this live? It does. Okay, I feel like that's a fat... Yeah, based on that roll, that is a fat Garchomp. So, hopefully we don't get swept here. Like, we actually might, which is pretty sad. Yeah, because I don't think Volcarona actually can live a hit. No, Volcarona probably can. The right play here is just going Ogerpon, clicking Ivy Cudgel. Unless we get scale-shotted, like... Okay, yeah. Unless we got scale-shotted 5 times, we were fine there. Not even 4 in a critical hit would have done it. So we would have had to get some serious BS for that to really go poorly. Let's Cudgel. We can try to critical hit stuff. Let's go for another one. That actually did so much. I don't know why you would click Light Screen first in that scenario, and we get the critical hit there. Okay, beautiful. So this is actually weirdly kind of not the best situation, because if this is bulk up, we're going to lose. I was actually hoping to get Lele in on that, but let's see. I think there's nothing else to do but click Ivy Cudgel. Okay, and it is, yeah, we might die to Headlong Rush. Just killing everything on this team. It's bulk up Headlong Rush. So we're actually going to lose, I think, because we crit that Zamazenta. If we didn't crit the Zama, I think we were fine, which is pretty funny. But that does reveal this team's insane weakness, really, to ground. That critical hit on Zama was actually tragic. I guess I should have been more careful. Yeah. I mean, can Volk ever live this? No, Volk is never living this. Yeah. And we're not Flame Body, so that's not an angle. Treads is never living. Yeah, I think everything just dies. I've got to reconnect. Yeah, crazy that how fat that Mega Chomp was, though. Easily taking that CC. But yeah, this definitely revealed a weakness to Tusk. But yeah, no, this endgame was kind of thrown. Yeah. That's sort of annoying, but you know what? It happens. Yeah, we really don't have an answer for that. Yeah, that's annoying. Yes, I've considered building Mega Guard Chomp. Yeah, this team's ground weakness is just like if we fake... I mean, I guess like bulk up Tusk isn't that common, but I feel like that was a pretty brutal one. Okay, looks like audio's cutting out. That's not good. I have no idea why this keeps happening. I gotta look into that. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, that was pretty bad. But like, we actually kind of don't have anything for Tusk. Like having 4 Pokemon that lose to a booster speed Tusk, not so good. How do we want to deal with that? Like, Ival obviously would have been a hero there, but I just don't know if we can fit that. Priority also would have been great there, but once again, it's like priority is one of those things you kind of can't do when you have Psychic Terrain as a central component of the team. How helpful has Psychic Terrain really been is another question. I feel like not that much, but then maybe if we drop it, we'll really notice it. Maybe Zard Y is what we need, but it's kind of going to leave us without the concern I've raised, without a real answer to water types, which is not good. Okay, so apparently the cutting out is on YouTube's fault, which is actually pretty nice. I'm glad it's not me for once. That's good. I think we just have to play smarter against Tusk. Honestly, that was partly just me being dumb. That's my OU team. Yeah. Been testing Toxicroak. It's going pretty well. Been like hovering high 1900s. Have I tried team building Smeargle? No, I really don't like Smeargle. It's pretty cheese as a Pokemon. Like, it works okay sometimes, but it's just not very good. Let's see. HF. Okay, we're going to finally get to test against the Tingaloo. This seems like exactly why we brought Special Spam. Volcarona plus Terrain Extender Lele looks like the absolute end of days for my opponent here, which is beautiful. That's exactly what we want to see. I think I just want to start with Lele. It looks so strong. Lopunny does not kill us. I don't believe Mega Lopunny kills with anything. What is this set, dude? Surely they're not running that. Adamant is going to have like a very small chance to kill, but like nothing real. So I think we just throw off a Moonblast here. Gold's going to come in. Let's check that damage. That damage, we did 26, which is a little bit below. So this could be, could that be a high roll and a max HP Gold? Yeah, that could be a high roll and a max HP Gold. So that's what my suspicion is. I think this is a good opportunity to go treads. Okay, wow. Immediately into Tinglu. All right. Well, I guess we rock up, right? And we have to rapid spin. Thank you very much, something or other. Another 20. I don't think anyone would be bold and cruel enough to cheese Zard by using a water type on him. You're right. Water types just be like, oh, sorry, bro. I didn't know it was you. And then they're gone. Just like that. Okay, awesome. The Tinglu just decided to stand. Can we go Volcarona here? Okay, so here's what the plan. We actually go Volcarona here, Savage Spin out instantly, and just kill this thing. Before it can even set hazards. Wonderful. Now we can bring Volcarona in later. That's the beauty of that. Okay, this is weird. I'm going to go Lele. If this is Defog, fine. Do it. Okay, Scald. All right, interesting. Let's just Psyshock. Okay, good damage. Let's Calm Mind. If this Feeny wants to stay in, let's do this. Let's Calm Mind here. Yeah, okay. Kind of an annoying burn, but it's fine. We can Psyshock here. Gold. And now... Okay, that actually did a loads. That's a very specially defensive... Or... No, that's just a max HP, I guess. Huh, okay. Yeah, let's just finish this off with a Psyshock. That sounds good. Okay, really weird plays from my opponent here. They're switching around for seemingly no reason, but I'm down for this. Like, it's not like you can Pursuit. If you had Pursuit somewhere, I'd be worried, because I'd be like, oh, you know, you're going to cancel my terrain, but I can just sack something and then bring Lele back in, so I don't really get the vision. I don't see the plan here. What do we want to take health on? I actually feel like it's Ogerpon, weirdly enough, even though that's, you know, pretty healthy. It's just not looking good here. We can sack Lele, of course. And now I think it's just Lucha time. And I think we actually just go immediately for the Acro, because that pretty much forces a kill here. Okay, cool. That's honestly really... That's a really good scenario for me. Yeah, Lopunny does have its, you know, its shenanigans with the fake outs and stuff, but okay, I'm gonna go Terapagos, fine. Yeah, there's definitely a real chance we lose to Lopunny in this endgame, but I think we can handle it with, okay, we can, yeah, we'll Acro here. I think we can handle it with Volcarona, but it's a little bit dicey. Or excuse me, with Nihilego. Well, actually, can Nihilego take, it's not eating a CC at all, is it? No, I'm tripping. So here's what we do. We actually sack Ogerpon here. Then we go into this. Because this thing can't take a +1 Sludge Wave, can it? No. Yeah, so we Meteor Beam here. Okay, they go Lopunny. Actually, that was super smart. Nicely done. But Volcarona can still take a hit, so we're still fine. But... yeah, we sack Lucha here, then we go Volk, and then we click, I think just Fiery Dance. Can Fake Out into Return do it? Oh, it absolutely can, based on what I'm looking at here. I think we go Nihilego on the Fake Out. Yeah. Okay, and then... we could QD here. Let's do it. Okay, honestly, our opponent outplayed us. Well played. GG. We got gamed on. Yeah, so I guess I should have kept Lele around more. Our opponent did a good job of stalling out those turns. I probably messed up that endgame pretty badly. by sacking Lele. Could have done better stuff with Nihilego, but yeah, well played by our opponent. They navigated that endgame really well. Yeah, I am not thinking or playing that well tonight, but let me try to change that right now. HF, okay. But yeah, like Psychic Terrain was good there, I just kind of did not use it that well. And then we got predicted a couple times. So this is obviously not great. Yeah, this Rabambi is not good for us. Let's lead Treads here. And immediately Steel Beam. I think that works pretty well. Would I consider Flame Body? Not really. I don't think Flame Body's that consistent on Volcarona. So we're going to Steel Beam immediately. Cool, and now we Rapid Spin. This was the plan. Gold comes in. Let's go for Rock. Okay, that happens, but at least now it can't come in easily. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Let's actually go Volcarona immediately and just Quiver Dance. That looks pretty good here. Torn. All right. Let's just Fiery Dance. Okay, we immediately hit it with a Supersonic Sky Strike. All right, that'll do. That'll do it. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay. All right. I'm starting to think this team is not great. Because we can't let webs get up, but it's putting so much pressure on the team to not let those webs go up that it's like just absolutely dire. Like, what do you do here? I guess I can go Lele. But then, like, yeah, we lose. So, okay, I have to go Lucha here, I think. I think I have to go Lucha here, because we can't, if webs go up, we can't win with Nihilego, and Nihilego is our only chance, even though that cannot hit a Tusk. And we immediately just get Hurricaned, and was that a roll on Hawlucha? Because that felt like that should not have killed. Like, max special attack, okay, that was a roll, yeah, and a hit, which was unfortunate too, but whatever. Let's Meteor Beam. They switch hard into... Actually, that's not going to matter because it's super fat, this Tusk. Let's Sledge Wave and hope we get like a mega critical hit. Okay. Yeah, we lose here. This team is not doing it for me. Okay, let's shift archetypes. This Nihilego has not really been impressing me from an HO perspective. It's kind of just getting folded by ground types. Maybe we need Grass Knot. Maybe we ditch... maybe we have to ditch Power Gem. That feels kind of bad, though. But yeah, I feel like if you're going to run hyper offense, you should just not... The Psy Spam thing is not good. I feel like you've just got to run sweepers with priority of your own, build an HO team that can resist priority or go screens. The Nihilego angle here is not working, so let's try a different team with this guy. Let's try a different team. So... Or wait, not OU, not Dex. Nihilego, Specs, Power Gem, Sludge, Bomb for sure, Grass Knot, Hidden Power Fire. Max special attack, Specs, seems cool. Do we want to run this guy on Sand? Could be interesting. I think if we go Specs Nihilego, let's say it's walled by. Let's make that list. Clodsire, Blissey, Chansey. Mega Sceptile is a better Unburden user than Hawlucha. Mega Sceptile does not get Unburden. It's a Mega. So, I don't understand you. Okay, so yeah. Clodsire, Blissey, or Chansey. Those are options. Those are walls, excuse me. Tinglu, kinda. short-term, I guess we could say. We could go knockoff over HP Fire on this set as well. That would help as like kind of just a good general click. So we can consider that. Actually, I don't like how easy this thing is to Pursuit Trap is the problem with Specs Nihilego. I feel like maybe this is just not it. Maybe Specs Nihilego is just not the move. Scarf is speed control. Is it good speed control? Does it do what it does well? I could see it being valuable. Okay, as a breaker, I don't think this thing's going to do it. As a choice scarfer, I could see this thing being worthwhile. So let's go with this. Let's try this. Let's try this. T-Spike has been really good to us in the past. Scarf Nihilego, pretty good Pokemon. Switches into some stuff. Yeah, I do recall the Nihilego, Gyarados, Cart, Chomp, Celesteela team. Gen 8 was just such a different metagame. Power level was so much lower. A ton of things worked in Gen 8 that would be god-awful in Gen 9 Nat decks. So I appreciate the recommendation, but I do know of the team, and I don't think that kind of model would work here. Like, that Gyarados team would get just bowled over by all the stuff that's in Nat decks. It's a way more powerful metagame. Like, most of that OU tier is not OU anymore, I don't think. Actually, Gen 8, well, hold on. Actually, yeah, a lot of it's UU, now that I'm thinking of it. It's a much higher power level metagame. Yeah, I'm glad Nihilego worked for you guys, my Gen 8 team. I'm glad you liked that. Yes, it's really fun. I do enjoy Nihilego. So, okay, this Nihilego, it stops a fair bit. Good speed tier. Hits birds well, throws up T-Spikes, good special defense, stops Volcarona, which is... I feel like the main attraction for this is that it stops Volcarona. And so few things do that nowadays. So I think that's the reason we use this. That's the justification, if you will. The problem is, a Scarf Nihilego is very much a support Pokemon. Because Scarf Nihilego's walled by everything. So let's try to maybe say, so sets Toxic Spikes, benefits to Scarf. Scarf sets. Sets Toxic Spikes, beats Volcarona, which is huge. I believe it can switch in on Volcarona Power Gem and kill it. Let's verify that claim. So that's going to be max special attack. Okay, so yeah, if it's a standard Volcarona at +1, like no investment, we do kill it. So that is big. That is big. Yeah, I could see Nihilego actually working with Mega Chomp on a Sand team. I really could. It's an idea I'm actively considering. Because beating Volcarona is nice. Although Excadrill kind of has that covered for Sand, is the thing. It kind of has that covered. Oh, and they said inspire you, like, rebuild in a way that's working in National Dex. Yeah, but, like, rebuilding it to be, like, in National Dex would basically just be a totally different team that doesn't resemble that team at all, is the thing. So for those of you that don't know, there's an old Meteor Beam spam in Gen 8 that a lot of people liked. I honestly didn't think it was that good of a team. I faced it a lot in ladder, and I thought it was pretty overrated, not that hard to take down. But it was kind of just like a bulky offense with Meteor Beam, Nihilego. And something like that might work, but I kind of doubt it. Nihilego was Gen 8 had not a lot of priority. Not anywhere near like this. So I feel like, things like Meteor Beam, Nihilego, and Celesteela, just every Pokemon on the team would be outdated. So it wouldn't really work. But yeah, I think Xurkitree is my favorite. Nihilego's close second, or maybe it's the first. It's hard to say. So, switches into, what does it switch? I mean, it switches into the birds. Handles birds pretty well. Should we just try to build like a Scarf Nihilego balance? Yeah, someone's true. Nihilego switches right into Volcarona. Excadrill doesn't switch right in. But you also have like Hippowdon and T-Tar. Like, I don't know. I feel like Sand isn't really craving a Volcarona answer. You know, and then you've also got Scizor. I don't know. I feel like and I will build a Mega Chomp Sand. Like, don't worry. It's coming. It absolutely is coming. But I don't feel like Nihilego's strong enough to justify a spot on Sand. I feel like you want to have 2 abusers. You want to have a Setter, Excadrill, and Mega Chomp. And then that's it. I think that's the Sand core. And you probably want just generally good Pokemon on the rest of the team. Yeah, because the Sand core probably involves a Spadef Hippo. Spadef Hippo is actually really good defensively in Nat decks. It works super well in the Arrow team. I mean, I guess it's like, no, I can't see it. I don't think it's that good. T-Spikes though, I feel like we can kind of build around the T-Spike utility. So we can look at the poison types. So poison types in order of usage. In order of usage. First one we have is Glow King. Then immediately under that is Toxapex. So basically the same. And then Iron Moth. Have you considered an Amorous? Not really. An Amorous is sort of another speedy Scarfer. It's not very good in Nat decks, and then it also just isn't that great of a Pokemon. I think an Amorous is in general a bit of a fraud. I think it's pretty overrated, but especially in Nat decks, it's not a very good Pokemon. And then Venusaur. Is Venusaur more used than Mega Venusaur? Or did I just miss it? Oh no, I just missed Mega Venusaur. I think that's a little bit above Iron Moth. So you know what could be interesting is like a Scarf Nihilego plus like a Metacham team. I feel like Metacham kind of appreciates what Nihilego does in that department. They can kind of help each other out a little bit. That's Munch stats that I use for usage. And Roaring Knight in chat asking if there's something like that at Gen 8 team in Gen 9. Not really. No, the power level's just totally different. Those kind of slower, bulky offense like setup teams aren't really used anymore. And so many of the Pokemon got dexited. I mean, bulky offense is still a good archetype, but I don't think you're going to find a team that resembles that. If you want to win, it might be time to bust out the Crustle. Oh, did I miss Clodsire? I did miss Clodsire. How did I miss Clodsire? Clodsire, that's more not quite on the level of Pex, but Clodsire is definitely up there. Yeah, so I feel like we could do a fun thing with Metacham here, maybe. Or you know what else? Specs Lele could be pretty good here too, because that could soften up the team for a Nihilego sweep later. I kind of like that idea. Kind of like that idea. Yeah, because Specs Lele appreciates. I think this is actually a good core. Because the other thing is Specs Lele getting locked into Moonblast gives Volcarona a very easy setup opportunity, and Nihilego can be like, I got you, bro. That's pretty good. Alright, I think this gives us a workable starting core. Yeah, Moonblast, Psyshock, Psychic, and Hidden Power Fire is my favorite Lele set. Hidden Power Fire, excuse me, thank you. I'd love to go Modest, but in this metagame, with the speed tiers you're missing, I think you've got to go Timid. I switched from Pikalytics because Pikalytics never updated. Like 4 months after, they had Palafin from the test still up on Pikalytics. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know who's managing that website. Munch Stats is just like, this is from June 2025. They update things, whereas Pikalytics just never updated. I think this is actually a pretty good starting core. This core definitely, Lele really wants good removal. There are just so many options to go, though. Let's try to think of something else first, then. This will be a balanced core. I honestly just kind of want to throw on an Holo. It's just such a good Pokemon, and it fits really well with Lele. Keeps it healthy, able to get it in many times. With Specs Lele as a primary breaker, I feel like you want a bulky pivot, and Holo is just the absolute best Pokemon for the job. So, okay, that... Yeah. These Pokemon also kind of both appreciate Pursuit, so I could see adding a Kingambit here. I could see adding a Mega Tyranitar. That wouldn't be too bad, because that gets Pursuit and helps Nihilego out with Sand. So that kind of creates a fun little core. Yeah, we do need an answer for Gold, though. We need that pretty badly. We also need... Maybe Ting-Lu would fit well here. I could see Ting-Lu being good. Somebody says Nihilego would be good on webs. Maybe with like a special attack boosting Meteor Beam set, but I just think there are stronger abusers on webs. I don't think we run a Glow King. Glow King is not super impressive in this format. But yeah, Hawlucha is just such a good core. Like it does your dishes for you. It cleans, it takes out the trash. It does everything. Sand Nihilego might not be good, but it'd be a cool looking team. You're right about that. You're spitting facts there. Let's say if we added a Lu, where would this take us? A lot of directions we can go with this team. Builder's starting to chug. Might have to clean out the teams again. Babiri Berry for Bullet Punch. Look, okay, Mega Scizor. Look, let me tell you something, guys. Mega Scizor is at 7% usage. That's not worth running a Babiri Berry for. It just isn't. You just don't do that. Oh yeah, I'd love Gold to leave the tier. That Pokemon is broken with Z moves. Like, you just Nasty Plot, and then you might be Z Steel, Fight, or Ghost, and there's absolutely nothing anybody can do. Goldengo is way too much. Yeah, somebody says Lu is also good. Yeah, but not as long term. Lele really wants time to break. And we need some speed now. We also have a Mega slot open, so that's good to keep in mind. You know what actually might work? What's that Zydog team we did a while ago? Because that was like close to being good, but just had a couple issues. Let's go to Natex. Maybe kind of rip that team. Weak to hazards and too weak to Mola. So like a Specs Lele would pretty well help with that. Okay, let's say, so if we went all on Mola over Slowbro, and then, what would it be, like Lele over Zydog. Oh, we already had speed. This is the speed. This might work. This might work. Because I feel like we do need priority, and I kind of like how Scizor... Let's give this a go. Let's give it a run. Wait, what am I... Was it in Terrapagos? We can... Yeah, I think we can just give this a go and see what happens. Actually, though, do we really need Terrapagos? I feel like Lele, maybe Tusk is better here. Do we want Tusk or Terrapagos? I feel like maybe... Maybe we do want a Terapagos. Well, but hold on. This team is... I don't love Lele being like the close combat switch in. That's not so great. But we'll see. We'll give this a try. But we didn't really have a great seat. We had Slowbro on the other team, which was good. But how much is Lele taking from a close combat from a choice banded Zamazenta? Okay, but that's Sword of Ruin. All right, because I clicked the AA one. So that's not great, but ugh. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, let's give this a go. This'll just give us an idea of Scarf Nihilego as well. Because I'd like to see this Pokemon work. Also, guys, please do like the stream. Helps out a lot. Yeah, please do that. Oh, wait, no, we don't do this. We go this, and then like 48.8. Okay, there we go. No, this has no Wellspring switch in. That's a huge issue. So that's not going to do. Okay, let's say we did this. What if we go Pharaoh for that? Well, this doesn't look so good either, though, because we're not going to run Hazard. We really want solid removal on this. So I guess for that, Terapagos makes sense, but maybe it could be we just don't need a Mega, but I feel like we do need priority. Even if we're running a Lele, I do think we need priority. Someone said switch Lele for Mega Medicham. That could be a great idea. Let's do that. That could be a great idea. Yeah. Fake Out, Bullet Punch, Psycho Cut, and CC. Seems pretty good. And we're going to go Adamant on that, because I'm greedy like that. I simply am greedy like that. You know what? And I'm not ashamed about it. It's who I am. Okay. No, that does cause issues with Zamazenta, though. Because now we don't have an actual Zama. Like, we actually just fold to Zama. Like, FizzDef Gold for Wellspring feels like not really the answer you want, though. So, I don't know. But yeah, this team is not okay against close combat from Zama. I do like this starting core, though. Like, I'd love to try this team, but it just can't quite work. Because Metacham's taking, like... Yeah, Metacham's getting, like, destroyed by a CC. It's not good. Waffles, glad you like the game math. Glad to hear you're enjoying that. I feel like a defensive Z Gold is the only way here, but that feels like so not good enough against Wellspring. I mean, how much? Okay, let's check this. But like still, an Ivy Cudgel critical hit, and then you're toast. You're cooked. Maybe Tinglu's the issue. Maybe this is what we can't afford. But we need a ground. Well, no, we need a dark. No, we do need a ground. And there's no ground that's going to be not terrible against Wellspring. Hecharunt over Pharaoh. Yeah, that could work. Leaves us without a steal, though, which is not necessarily a problem, but almost no team without a steal perform well. That being said, this may be one of the exceptions. Let's give it a go. I feel like we're relying way too heavily on Metacham to break here. That's one of my concerns. And I don't think Metacham is that level of breaker. Yeah, because if we run into like a fat team, like all it takes is a Mega Sableye, and we're like, well, we tried. You know what? We tried, but it's time to pack it up and go home. Goldengo would actually help us with that, is the thing. But there's no ground type other than like some BS water absorbers that don't actually really solve anything, because then they just get power whips. Maybe we can go back to the Tusk and run like a different dark type. Could be the answer. We don't need that many copies of this team. Oh, actually, that was a unique one, wasn't it? Okay. If we go Tusk, we don't need the Lu. We still need it. Well, but then we need a dark type. And then we're losing to Zard, so we kind of end up in the same position, don't we? I don't think we can't afford not to have Mola, though. Like, how else does this team get around? How else does it make the world go round? You know, you can't just run a Mega Metacham without a slow pivot. I mean, look at this bulk. Like, you're gonna get rolled. Yeah, Terapagos definitely offers hazard removal and nothing else in the builder, other than, I mean, stopping sweepers like Scizor, which is pretty important here. But, like, you need it. You absolutely need this Pokemon. I don't know. I don't think we can get around that. Jeez. I think we're going to just try this. Maybe it's not that weak. We're going to go absolute max defense gold with Ghostium. Or maybe Steelium. Get a nice supercharged Corkscrew Crash. Let's just give it a go. We'll see. Maybe it'll work all right. Mola can live a Power Whip, which sort of helps as well. Mega Mawile takes on Ogerpon better, yeah, but then it relies on Sucker Punch, which isn't real removal. So many Pokemon in Atex just set up and out like priority you. It doesn't really work. It's fake priority. Ruination, EQ, SR. Are we? No, we're actually. I feel like we don't need Rock Slide here. Maybe we do. But then, like, what's the point, Nihilego? Let's go Whirlwind. Different idea that doesn't involve Nihilego, but this could be kind of good. What if we replace this with, like, a Kartana? Like a... Yeah, like something like this. And then... No, I don't think this really works, does it? Maybe like Scarf, Gold, and then a Pharaoh. This seems like maybe a serviceable team. But we're doing Nihilego right now, so... Maybe ditching the Lele was a bit hasty. Oh, we have no ground resist. Yeah, that's really bad. Yeah, this is not so good. Let's see if we can bring back the Lele. Yeah, but like, if you ditch Mola, we're in kind of a lot of trouble against other things. Yeah, this is tough, isn't it? This tier is kind of tough to build in once you understand it. Okay. I guess Lopunny is kind of like the old faithful about this kind of thing. Lopunny, double Prio Lopunny plus Specs Lele doesn't sound like amazing, but might kind of be where we're at right now. So let's say I did that. Let's say I went Lopunny, double Prio. Pharaoh does a lot for the team here. But then I feel like we need a Ting-Lu, and then we have no hazard. We have nothing for hazards. Like a Landorus. Could kind of work. Does this get fried by anything? If we count on Nihilego to stop Zard, which I know is tenuous, but, you know, can switch in once, and then Lopunny kind of does a lot of damage, which is good. Mega Altaria. That doesn't help us with any of the issues we were having. But thank you for saying Mega Altaria. I guess. Let's run this. Let's give this a try. Limber, Fake Out, Quick Attack, CC, Return. Adamant on these always, because we're greedy. Knock off, Power Whip. No, well, Leech Seed's really good. Let's go with that. Let's go with especially defensive Lando. So we can, like, poison a Zard. We want to outspeed Raging Bolt, so we'll hit 250, but then we'll go rest and special defense. So we can lead on Zard. We also could just run Stone Edge, but... Does Smackdown kill? Probably not, right? Smackdown kills, I'll run that in a heartbeat. We actually could probably EV that. Actually, we don't have a Z, though. We could go Flyinium and do that pretty easily. And Flyinium Z is doing a lot more than Smackdown. And if we're not minus attack, which we won't be, we kill without investment. So that looks pretty good. Yeah, let's just give this a go. I feel like this is usable. Got about half an hour to play. That's not bad. Yeah, I do like Z moves better than Terra, but from a competitive standpoint, I feel like they add less. I think I talked with Jim about this on our Hot Takes collab, and I feel like the problem was mostly in the execution of Z moves. They should have just made the attacks not that broken. All right, so interesting situation we're in here. I kind of just want to lead with Mola because we get Lele in and we actually just start swinging. It's really good. I'm going to flip turn right off the bat. Okay, fair enough. We could have hard switched, but okay, turned out fine. That flip turn did a lot. That indicates specially defensive Gliscor. So Lele will not actually kill with a Psychic, which is not great. So we kind of lose to this Gliscor, like low key. Let's set Stealth Rock. That never hurts. And let's Leech Seed. Okay. And let's Stealth Rock again, I guess. Okay, Melmetal's gonna come in. Let's knock this thing off. Yeah, I figured it'd be Pads, but now, or Punching Glove, but now that's gone. So this thing's going to have, you're gonna have a bad time with that one, buddy. Yeah, okay, so there goes the Psychic Resist. I'm feeling actually way better about our chances of sweeping with Nihilego late game. Let's go Leech Seed here. Okay, we catch the, we don't catch the Gliscor. We almost did. And let's Stealth Rock. But yeah, Nihilego is actually looking fire in this endgame. I want to go Allo immediately. It's okay, we Toxic this. All right, cool. We just get that off. Beautiful. If this thing goes X and Outrages here, we actually probably don't die. So let's Flip Turn. Cool. We can go Lopunny here. Mega Evo Fake Out, obviously. All right, the return is going to be doing pretty good damage, so I'm actually inclined to just click return. Let's do that. Okay, fine, and we go Lele here. Okay, honestly, that was pretty good, but we get a nice Moonblast. We're going to eat an Earthquake, but there's really not much that... This Gliscor is pretty chipped, which is good. Melmetal's going to die for sure. Probably just Landorus, right? That's kind of what this is for. Okay, we get Spadef dropped, and kind of unfortunate, but let's EQ. Actually, I think I want to just immediately drop the Z-Fly in case Gliscor wants to come in. Okay, Gengar stays in. Cool. And it's going to be Sash. And we get our Z move disabled, which is funny, because that is not going to be a problem at all. We go Nihilego on this, for sure. And we can just click Power Gem. That looks really good. Get that special attack boost, looking kind of nice. We're going to immediately then exit the field. But, you know, it was nice for a moment. Okay, Secret Sword, that damage was not much, so I don't think this is really a big threat. Let's go Landorus here. We almost want to sack Landorus at this point because of how... Yeah, we can go Mola now. I was going to say we almost want to sack Landorus because of how easy it is to set up on. And let's Flip Turn. If they protect, they protect. I think we're okay with that. Okay, beautiful. We actually get to heal up our Lele, and we can go for just a huge... Actually, is Moonblast better here? I feel like Moonblast is better here, so we're just going to Moonblast. Hits Dragonite a little harder. This game's going well. I'm happy to see this. Okay, Zard going to get sacked. Cool. D-Knight, you never beat me here, because I can just go Nihilego afterward. This is great. We sack. That's fine. Oh, we don't actually even die. Perfect. Best case scenario, obviously. Let's go Mola. Let's Flip Turn. Okay, fine. Go into this and actually just click return. Oh, it's Scarf. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. All right, we can go into this and Flip Turn here. Oh, that is outspeeding Nihilego, but okay, Glyce. Yeah, they're getting cooked. This is GG for sure. Sure, we'll go for the cheeky win, I guess you can call it. Air Slash, buddy. What are we doing? All right, cool. That was that was actually a pretty high elo player. We got a good win there. Nice. Lele looks super good here. I want to lead Lele, honestly. I think that looks fine here. I don't see... Oh, T-Spike is actually really good. If we can throw up a T-Spike, that could be great here. Get Megas down the road. Haxorus and Crocodile. Those are decent choices. I'd be okay without that happening, but let's Moonblast immediately. Specs Moonblast is going to just fry most things. I think, does AV Bolt even take this? Yeah, okay, yeah, AV Bolt will take this. But only AV. Okay, Moltres coming in and just getting blown to bits. Wow, that did so much. That is no HP. Oh, this guy's... I think I remember this guy's team. He's got like a Specs Moltres. It's something like insane. And they missed the Hurricane. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I still am okay with staying in there. If Gambit comes in, it's going to be a tough call whether to just like let it rip. Actually, we have to kind of switch out because there's a Scizor. Yeah, so if we get hit with like a Banded Pursuit here, we get hit by a Banded Pursuit here, but we can't let this die when there's a Scizor there. Okay, I think we lose to Scizor now, guys. So that's a quick game. Let's try this, but yeah, without the maybe it's not Roost. Maybe it's not Roost. I think that's kind of our only hope. Was that Banded? I think that was a Banded Pursuit actually to kill us there. Yes, that was legitimately Banded. I don't think even maybe Black Glasses might have done it, but probably not. I think that was Banded. Okay, that's speaking of bans. Let's go Lando. And I think we want to save the Z-Fly for a potential Garchomp. Excuse me, Scizor. So okay, beautiful. Let's do the big thing here, right? Well, hold on. Let me not be too hasty. Let's calc that Earthquake. That Earthquake damage indicates a very defensive Scizor. That's terrible news. That's terrible news. Z-Fly is a good chance to kill. We absolutely let it rip here. Please kill. Come on, Landorus. What were the odds of that? Dude, are you serious? Even an absolute max defense Scizor, that was a low roll. That is absolutely tragic. And I think we just guaranteed lose now. I mean, what do we do, right? Like, if it's not SD, we're fine, but it's going to be SD. I mean, maybe we can PP stall with Allo. How much is an Allo taking from... I can't believe that didn't kill. That's so upsetting. Yeah, if Allo gets knocked, we can maybe PP stall. So that's the plan that I'm at right now. Let's go Landorus here. That's so disappointing, dude. Just an awful roll taking us out there is just tragic stuff. Well, we can't be losing to Bolt, can we, though? So let's go Mola. Okay, they did just CC. We can go Lando here. Yeah, oh my god. If we, like, even max defense, which I don't think it is, for the record. I don't think it is max defense. But even if it was likely to die there. We just got, like, a terrible, terrible roll. And now they can just switch this thing in forever. That's just so unfortunate, dude. Oh well. What are you going to do? The hope now is that it's just not Swords Dance, or maybe we can PP stall with Leech Seed and stuff like that. But I'm going to Power Whip this time because I'm really tired of the Shifu coming in. Okay, it is that's actually kind of a good sign that it's... We're going to Power Whip again, though. That's actually kind of a good sign that it defogged. Because it's probably not SD defog. So there's hope again. But I am still going to Power Whip here. I'm starting to feel like my opponent gets rolled by Pharaoh, which is good, really good news. Okay, Gambit comes in, fine. This is Banded, King Gambit, as I've said. Let's Leech Seed here. I think we're going to take a Banded knockoff. Yep. And we miss. Awesome. So yeah, well, there goes our resource, right? What do you do about that? What do you do about that? I mean... Landorus here, I think, lives, but then, dude, that sucks. Okay, we're getting RNG'd this game. We're getting RNG'd to pieces. Let's go Pharaoh. We can there's maybe plays with Wish and Leech Seeds that we can get this back. Let's rock here. Hopefully King Gambit doesn't enter here. But yeah, this has been a very unfortunate game for RNG. Okay. We gotta sack something. I think it has to be... think it's got to be Landorus. Let's go into Lopunny and Mega Evo CC here. If only we'd gotten the roll on that Scizor, we'd never been put in here. But I'm going to lock in and just focus on the game as it is. Okay, we absolutely close combat again. Our opponent kind of just threw. If we can get up T-Spikes, we're in business. And based on that roll, yeah, this is probably an absolute max defense Scizor. We still should have killed earlier. That was still a terrible roll. Yeah, but okay, great. Happy to see. That took not. I'm going to assume it's not a Scarf Chomp. I'm not at the point in the game where I can be making plays like, what if it's a Scarf Chomp? Also, does Nihilego die to a Bullet Punch? Yeah, even uninvested, Nihilego's dying, so we can't count on that. Yeah, I'm gonna see. Okay, it's Scarf Chomp. Cool. All right. Awesome. Great. I'm happy to see that. That's fantastic. Let's wish. We need to heal up Pharaoh. It is our only hope in the world here. We actually, well, yeah, we're cooked. We just got, I mean, come on, what are you going to do about that? Yeah, okay, all right. Is there any way we can pull some BS here? I don't think so, no. Super, if we get a critical hit on Kingambit, like maybe. I think that's, like, live Scizor Bullet Punch. But this was, I mean, honestly, this was just an unfortunate one. This was just really bad RNG this entire game. Yeah. I mean, that's, well, actually, no, we got the Hurricane thing with Lele, but yeah, I feel like we got surprised by a lot of really, like, extremely low usage sets that just rolled us. If I knew that team, like if I knew what this guy was running, we would have had no problem. HF. Okay. We're going to do that again. That was a super annoying game, but we're just going to try to reset and move on. I like setting up T-Spike right away, to be honest. Well, that's not actually, it's not that good into a whole lot. Let's go Lele lead. We're not really that much in a rush. We can set up T-Spike later. Nihilego outspeeding Tornadus is amazing too. Lele might kill here, probably not. Let's just go Pharaoh. Do a ton of damage on the U-turn. Seems fine. Okay, this thing might Mystical Fire us, and I'm not down for that, so let's go Mola. And now let's flip turn. Okay, this is beautiful. Let me check that Pharaoh U-turn. Actually, no, that's, I know my calcs. That's banded. We can Psychic here. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, Rilla down. It's good. Terrain. Okay, we click on this. We click on this, no problem. Okay, T-Spike only affects one thing. So I think I just Power Gem this Shuckle. I think I just Power Gem the Shuckle. Yeah. Okay. Down goes the Shuckle. Good stuff. Gold comes out. Obviously, we don't really want to mess with that, but we kind of might have to. Maybe we have to make our Lando speedy to outpace Gold. I forget about what an issue that Pokemon is. Let's go for the Power Gem. Okay, beautiful. Living that is just amazing here. That's so good. Let's go Landorus right away. Straight away. Gold is, Nihilego living that is just, it's absolutely legendary for that. Let's EQ. This thing's probably going to HP Ice me, which, you know, obviously is not good. So, Pharaoh, that's not that important here. Yeah, Hidden Power Ice. As I figured. Nihilego has been is honestly the absolute hero of this game. Let's power whip. Okay, miss, great. We'll take those. I'll go for rock this time. You never go Diancie after that happening. Beautiful. These focus misses didn't really matter. They helped us get up rocks, which is like kind of cool, but didn't really matter. There's that that speed dropping by 1 point thing I told you guys about. Cool little, you know, there it is. There's the thing I told you about moment. I mean, Mola, right? Or do we don't let this go, do we? I don't think we let this go. Mola, yeah, it was going to Moonblast there, probably always. I think we're okay to let this go. I'm going to flip turn, and then we go Landorus, and we defog. Absolutely, we just defog. Gold, fine. How much is Z-Fly doing? I think Z-Fly is doing enough that we click it, because it covers the Azelf. Okay. Now we EQ. That's fine. Then we go Nihilego. And we Power Gem here. I think we can win this game with what we have. But we'll see. Okay, it's cool. It's a terrible Azelf set, so that worked out pretty well. Okay, it's not Modest Mega Diancie, so we don't get our clip, but so let me think here. CC into Mega Fake Out, coming again, quick attack. Probably wins, but Lele is the better win path here. Yeah, I think. Yeah, oh no, because we wouldn't be able to do that because Lele. Yeah, so we always go Lele here. We always click Psychic. And yeah, Diamond Storm doesn't critical hit, so we get a win. Cool. That was a good one. But yeah, we might want to make Lando speedy after that one. Yeah, how much do we need for that? Jolly. I mean, we might as well outspeed Tusk at that point, but then how much do we need for Zard? Because we want to outpace that. How much split F do we need? Okay, so that's 99.4. How many of these things are on flame? Is there ever a world in which we're actually living? We don't have those EVs, do we? We have to do this. 36? I mean, is 36 doing it? It's not, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. Just trying to get the EVs just right. 1, 2. 1, 2. Should just be one more. 1, 2. Okay, yeah. 212, 72. Weird EVs, but I think we need them in this case because we've got to outspeed Gold, and we might as well outspeed Tusk, given we're Flyinium. It's 2 to 4 is what we're at, yeah. But we've got to be hitting that Zard. Maybe we're not as weak to Zard as I think, but I feel like we probably are. Thank you, Think Lewis, for reminding everyone to dislike, unsub, and leave a negative comment. Do like the stream, guys. I think this is probably the best Nihilego team we've made tonight. We had one rough one, but yeah, we had one rough one, but mostly the games with this team have been pretty good. And I'm confident if we see that guy again, we can win that matchup. HF. Okay, we're seeing webs again. This doesn't seem like, honestly, that much of an issue. Can Lele actually just one-shot an Araquanid? No, it can't. It can't do that. Landorus, however. Landorus can do that. Let's do that. I'm going to immediately let the Supersonic Sky Strike rip here. If it's Sash, that's kind of upsetting, but we'll see. Okay, no, we just kill the Arachnid. Sick. You'll love to see it. All right, let's U-turn, and then we can make decisions from there. Okay, I think we go Pharaoh here, because this will do so much damage. Oh, you Aqua Cuttered. All right. Yeah, it'll get up 2 Ceaseless Edges. Actually, no, but then it'll... Okay. I'm so confused by the way my opponent's playing this. We can just go Mola on this. And, yeah, we're not going to die here. We're going to take a lot, but we're not going to die here. And... oh, they messed up, guys. They put Frustration with max attack. That's funny. Everybody point and laugh. Everybody point and laugh. And now we can Power Gem here. They might go Tusk, but we're absolutely destroying them this game. Like, this is super dominant, so I don't feel the need. And this is why we check random teams. XD, GG's. They say, yeah, GG. That was, yeah. Yeah, guys, make sure you check your happiness values before... Yeah. Make sure you check your happiness values. Yeah, that was like a 5 base power like attack or whatever. That did not... Actually, it was probably less. 5 would have done a lot more. I feel like that was probably actually like a 1 base power move. Dang. Tough stuff. Okay. I really want to lead Lele here. It looks great. I'm a little worried about my Oscarada, but we can just go hard Pharaoh. Yep. Okay. We go hard Pharaoh. Wow. Okay. We're getting red. I'm going to go Mola. If they have Gracium, they have Gracium. Like, what are you going to do? It's not that common. They usually don't run that. Okay. Yeah. See what I tell you. We're fine. Lopunny here is an absolute no-brainer. Clicking close combat is super free. Yep, they're going to do that. Okay, I'm going to click it again. Yep, I don't care. Okay, fine. Fat Chomp, fair enough. Let's just go Lele. You never click Earthquake here. I think you always go for... Yeah, you always go for the hazard. And I don't think you ever go Tusk. So let's check that Heatran. Did we click? We clicked Flip Turn on it with Mola. And that Heatran took what would indicate a max HP set. So let's Psyshock, since it's probably a special Tran. Cool, and now we go Mola. If we're lucky, it'll Tech Tier. Okay, we're not lucky. But okay, Taunted, which is just super weird. No idea why you would do that. Can Lopunny take a Rough Skin plus a Rocky Helmet here? I think so. I think it can. I think it can do that. Yeah, it can. It can. It's going to be a very low health, but it can. Sure, we want to preserve our PP on close combat. But yeah, we defog, but then if we get a defog off, the hazards are done, which is why I felt comfortable letting Lopunny get so low. Okay, booster attack Tusk. That's kind of scary. Let's go Mola. So I don't think you spin again, and Nihilego can pop you like a balloon with Grass Knot. So I'm going to Flip Turn out of here, and then just go Nihilego. Cool. Nihilego, Scarf, doing kind of what it's supposed to do. Nihilego is also actually a really good speed tier for a Scarfer. So it's pretty good. All right. This doesn't look like that big of an issue for us. I mean, we have a Lopunny. Can only really come in once, but we still do have a Lopunny. I don't really want to let Alo take a bunch of damage. Maybe we go Pharaoh, but if we go Pharaoh and this thing starts subbing, I mean, can we break a sub with Power Whip? Like, no, we actually can't, which is wild. Maybe Lele. Honestly, Lele's not that important for this endgame. Let's just go hard Lele. Okay, wow. All right, Meowscarada double. Let's go Pharaoh. Damage is damage on that. I mean, this sounds good. Okay, cool. That knockoff. I feel like you always go Heatran here. I want to bring in Landorus and get the removal off. Surely you don't click U-turn. I think that's exactly what they did. All right, does Axel kill me here? Axel does kill me here. So we're going to go... Then... Surely you're not running Axel, but what if you are? Let's go Pharaoh. It has you. Okay, it's not running out. So next time we click defog. If Heatran comes in here, we absolutely sack this. Okay, yeah, I'm so okay with this. Okay, hey, we even get a knockoff. Beautiful. We can leech, I guess. But yeah, I am so okay with sacking this to defog with Landorus, like you don't even know. I could enter a competition for how okay I am with sacking here. And I'd win. I'd win it with no problem. Okay, awesome. We like that. We like misses. And we get... Okay, yeah, that was pretty lucky. I mean, I guess it did hit a couple earlier. Magma Storm is just a move you don't really want to use if you're serious about winning a game, to be honest. It's just... I hate using Magma Storm so much. But yeah, Nihilego looking really good to sweep here. Yeah, Togekiss, like... Let's throw off a Supersonic Sky Strike. Okay, so we see a fat one. This is my concern is that... Let's go Lele here. Because I don't want to get Nihilego Thunder Wave. That would be tragic in this endgame. Okay, yeah, exactly like that. Yeah. Let's hope we don't get parried here. But I'm okay with letting Lele go if it means setting up a Nihi. Okay, we don't even get parried. So, as I said, I really don't think it mattered, but we have been getting lucky. Okay, really surprised to see, pleased, but surprised to see the Flower Trick there. And we're just going to Moonblast it and kill it. Let's Moonblast. Cool, and we can go Loppin here, CC. If it's Scarf, they've already lost the game, and it's not Scarf, so that's a good game. We even it up at the end of the stream with 4-4. Gained a little bit of elo. This Nihilego team only lost one game. It was because of a banded Pursuit Gambit that I didn't know about, and some other, honestly, kind of BS stuff. So, I feel like this team actually does have real potential. Yeah, I feel like this team does have real potential. And it honestly performed pretty well. I feel like Nihilego fit well. It worked well with the Lele. It's a pretty simple core, but I was kind of impressed with it. Now, it does have some issues. Let's actually check this. Can this Landorus live a Goldengo Ghost DMZ? That's one I'd like to know. Never-Ending Nightmare. So it actually can. Landorus can live a Never-Ending Nightmare, which I like. But, oh, we also have an immunity with Lopunny. I forgot about that. We do have a Ghost immunity. So, honestly, I'm pretty impressed with how this team did. I feel like, despite this being, like, one of a pretty rough for a start, we ended up going, I think, like, 3-1 with this team, and it performed really well. I think the T-Spikes tech could be really good in some matchups, and Nihilego as a Scarfer really impressed me. So, yeah, I mean, do you guys want to see a part 2 with this, where we try Scarf Nihilego? I mean, this honestly was... Let's see. Yeah, I will say, as a Scarfer, Nihilego was putting in work. Like, it really was. It was consistently doing good stuff and outspeeding crucial Pokemon and getting crucial kills. I was simply impressed. I was. Yeah. And this team in particular, I think it works well, honestly. I liked the combination. As weird as it seems to run Lele plus double Prio Mega Lopunny, because of just how few turns Side Terrain has, and with Mola to stall, I feel like it ends up being an issue not that often. And, you know, yeah. I mean, let's see. Definitely, so an incredibly low percentage want to see this again. This is probably the lowest yes I've seen in a while. So we might not. But I kind of want to, so we probably will. But yeah, guys, I honestly think we made a good team here. Like, this feels like an actually usable good team, which I'm surprised and quite pleased by. So, yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. We might do a part 2. At the same time, I feel like we kind of left at a pretty good spot, but I'll maybe ladder with this a bit on my own if I'm feeling like it, and if it's really popping off, maybe then we do a part 2. Okay, the yes percentage did go up a lot. So that's still low-ish, on the low-ish end, but pretty good. And someone said, yeah, never click T-Spikes, true, but I feel like we never were really craving another move. Maybe Hidden Power Fire, I could see throwing HP Fire on here, but I don't know, I don't think we really need it that badly with how our team is. I get why you feel like Toxic Spikes is a wasted move slot, but I think you'd be surprised. Like, remember when we threw it on Mega Beedrill and it was just destroying stuff left and right? It's a pretty good move. Okay, but anyway, thank you very much, guys, for attending. We'll try to time this right. Let me end this in 3, 2, 1.